Hi, I'm Satish. Welcome back to Westpac and our weekly look at the New Zealand economy. This week we had some good news in terms of New Zealand economic conditions. Economic activity increased by 0.7% at the end of last year. That was a bigger increase than we or the Reserve Bank had been expecting, and it was underpinned by a lift in service sector activity. Now, while this is encouraging news for the New Zealand economy, economic activity isn't roaring away just yet. This latest pickup in activity follows some softness last year. Also, when we look into the details, a lot of that lift in demand has been due to the recovery in international tourist spending rather than a lift in demand by New Zealand households. Now, when we've been speaking to businesses around the country, they've told us that while economic activity isn't going backwards anymore, they're still seeing some soft demand, and we expect that economic growth is going to remain soft in the near term. However, the features that will underpin a recovery in activity are now in place. We've had some big reductions in borrowing rates, and over the next few months, many New Zealand households are going to be rolling onto lower fixed-term mortgage rates. That'll put more money in their back pocket, and we expect it'll support a lift in demand and activity through the back part of this year. At the same time, we're seeing some good news for our commodity exporters, with strong prices for exports like dairy and other commodities. That'll be a boost to demand in many parts of the country. Put that all together, and we think 2025 is going to be a better year for the New Zealand economy. However, it's likely to be a bit uneven across the country. Our rural regions, or those regions that are tourism hotspots, are likely to see firmer conditions than areas like Auckland or Wellington, but overall, it's looking like a positive story. That's it for me this week. We'll talk to you next time. Ka kite anō.